AudieoVisual, and welcome back to Build 8 Days. This is episode 4, day 4 of, I almost said Obama 3, dude, I'm losing it. Episode 4 of Slowing Down, Build 8 Days. Let's go. Last episode, we polished up this part, and also did this part. Pretty cool looking. Definitely needs some polishing, but other than that, it should be alright. My goal for today's episode is basically just to get all of this part done, and then also probably all of this part. Normally I'd say it's kind of lofty, but I'm literally halfway through the series and not even close to being halfway through levels, so we might just have to hustle it a little bit. Alright, so first things first, I need to make a transition from this part into this part. Which, basically all I need to do is toggle off the backgrounds and make the gradient invisible, which I believe the gradient is 12. 21 sounds about right. I'm going to try, I think 21 and 12. Cool, they're opposite numbers. Just do something simple with that. I'll have the black screen over everything go visible for a second, so it's like a black pulse. And then it goes in the part. That should look pretty nasty. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Oh, gosh, I hit new levels of screams with that. Here it's gonna be a lot darker of a part than the previous two, and I actually think I might be a little bit more dependent on rainbows, which could be cool, you know, could be. Background goes to black like this, so, okay. I'll just change color 8 to 11 brightness 0.1. Hello, editing audiovisual here. So, turns out this single mistake ended up making the entire level like 50% darker for almost the entire video, but I do eventually realize and change it, but just a heads up in case the level looks kind of off at some parts. Editing audiovisual out. Okay, that was rather easy. Actually, the blending screen being this, flipping the color loop, actually looks kind of cool, so I don't even care. Tell you what, the first thing I'm actually going to do, like decoration-wise, is I'm going to make a custom ground for this part, because I do need one. But I just don't really have any ideas. I'll come up with something. This ain't going to take very long. Let me just do this. I'm just going to go for something more on the simple side. How about that? Maybe even magical looking, because this part's going to have like floaty particles. Could look sick. I think we already have a rotating group, because I'm going to... Dude! Oh my lord! I was going to make some things in the ground rotate as like detail, and it's here for these little square objects on the bottom. That actually looks kind of cool. For being a flipping ground that you see for like 10 seconds, what the heck? But you know what, that's fine, because it still looks cool, so I don't even care. And then right here, no matter what, the ground's gonna fade out, so if I play my cards right, stretch it all the way to like roughly here, and if I were to do this and align X, dude, that looks mega cracked. This actually looks sick. I'm happy. All right, let me see how this looks in game. Absolutely cracked ground. That's one of the grounds of all time. Yeah, and you can't even see it by then. So I actually think that's the flipping ground done, despite it only taking like a couple seconds. Yep, and now with those triggers placed, this should not, if you notice, it doesn't appear before this. As soon as you pass it, boom, sick ground. You love to see it. I think next up on my list of things to do for this part is just going to be the cool yellow particles, because they should be, I think if I get them right, it'll look really good, so it'll be a nice jump start to this part. And I can also continue them into this floaty part, which looks sick. Actually sickly, like straight up diseased. Nice! That's a nice looking yellow particle. And they're all 30, so I can make them pulse. Because what I want these particles to kind of look like, I kind of want them to flicker, like, but I believe using pulse triggers, I can make a loop that does just that. Let's see if it works. I can make it just flicker brightness. How about this? This might be exactly what I need. Hold on. Okay. It's not on a loop yet, but this should be what I'm looking for. Because what changing the brightness does is it makes it so that it's closer to being black blending without actually altering the color, which is great, because that's essentially what I want to do. Perfect! That's exactly what I want the particles to look like. Awesome. What I'm also going to have is I'm going to have one layer of particles moving in front of the player and one layer moving back. And the back layer I can make a new group for and make it like a lower opacity so it's less prominent. And then it's all about just moving these around, making it look nice. Alright, I think I've added enough for me to be able to test it out properly. Ooh, okay, that looks really good. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to have them move slightly downwards. That is so pretty! And a couple of the particles just to make it look less... I don't even know if there's a good word to describe it, but less like samey almost. I'll give them groups that move it at like a different pace. Well, which will actually be surprisingly easy, despite how somewhat challenging the task sounds. That would just slightly alter it, so it would be like -50 and -25. Like that. So, and then if I select randomly a couple ones with 44, you might be able to tell the difference. Yes, it does. You can clearly tell that some of them fall at a faster rate. That is exactly what I wanted. Dude, why does this look so pretty? What the heck? Yeah, all I need to do now basically is just fill up a bunch of empty spaces that don't have particles next to them. Pretty straightforward. I just realized how little of these particles get used. What the heck? Why did I make so many particles? None of them get used! I actually kind of like how they all fade off there. So tell... No, I can't do that. Why isn't there a trigger that like allows me to toggle on or off don't fade and don't enter on a block? Because I was thinking I could have them not fade or enter for the entirety of this part and then start fading and entering at the transition, but alas, you cannot. I mean, you can, but it would be incredibly group heavy. Or not group heavy, but object heavy. Oh, it looks weirdly dark. I don't know if I'm just tripping, but something about it looks so dark. There's very clearly a dark filter taking place right here. So what did I do wrong? I solved it! What the frick? I solved it. That is all that matters. That is all that matters. Now, I'm going to add a couple more blending screen pulses over the entirety of these parts, just because, why not? Perfect. Those are the perfect pulses I wanted. Awesome. Now I guess it's on to block design. Yeah. Well, it's mainly block design and then background and then air deck and all the other stuff, but for background, I don't know. For the time being, I'll keep it like this, and if I feel the need to add another background, I will, but I'll keep my mind focused on block design for the time being. It shouldn't be too difficult. I already have so much inspiration from the sick colors and stuff we already made, so I'm feeling pretty good. I could go for like a design-centric part with these blocks. You know what? That sounds pretty cool. Let me try that. I'm gonna just try that right now. Alright, this looks kind of cool so far. I mean, it's literally, you know, a couple blocks, but still. Okay, how does this just look actually sick? I absolutely love this design. Only thing I'm gonna change is I'm probably gonna add, I'm gonna make the outlines pulse very slowly. And then I might add some bright highlights to some of the blocks, but that'll be in a second. So, I'm alert, sorry, I just had to die real quick. Very, very, very quick montage of me making the pulse loop for this outline. Go. Small predicament came up. I don't know what I'm gonna have these pulse to. I guess I could try a bunch of different things and see what I come up with. So, back to the montage. Alright, I think I got a pulsing loop that I'm happy with. Here's it on unrelated blocks. Looks pretty cool. It's pulsing to the color loop color, which is 20. And also if I ever want to pulse it to everything or anything else, I can just change the color pretty easily. So I'm not stressing. For the time being, I like it, so who cares? Time to, oh my lord, time to do this for a lot more blocks. I could do a quick montage of just filling in all the blocks in at least this first part up to the mini cube with a pulsing loop. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's just kind of boring and tedious because all I'm doing is assigning groups to these blocks. So yeah, block group assigning montage, go. Alright, I finally got all of the flippin' pulse loops done on the blocks. They look pretty sick. I'm hyped. Here's what they look like. Pretty exciting. Next up, I'm just going to fill in the block design, and also I had an idea while doing that to make like tiny glowing blocks in some of the designs. So that might look cool. I'll show you that when I get to it, but for now I'm just going to fill in these blocks. Alright, so my idea for the glowy, like, extra bonus decorations of the blocks looks kind of something like this, where it's like a mini block, but it's just on yellow. Like this. Sorta. It's not exactly the same, because this isn't exactly what I'm going for, but if I were to add these around, would that look cool? Yes, it would! That looks awesome! Okay, I'm going to add these to some of the corners of the blocks, because I think that might look pretty neat. Yeah, I love this! Alright, next up, I'm going to do jump indicators. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm probably just going to do stars or something. You know, I could always deviate, be a little devious even. Alright, all we have next is to fill in this part, and then this part too, which shouldn't be too difficult. I'll make some like side glow pulses, and the block design is going to be pretty similar, but the main thing about this part is that the structuring is super floaty, so I'll make them all float a little bit with movements up and down like that. Should be kind of cool. How am I going to detail a lot of the rest of this, though? That's the question. Because making it not look empty is a pretty big concern of mine. Just because a lot of my levels are empty, and I don't want it to be like that. So I'll brainstorm quite a bit right now. No, you know what? Screw brainstorming. I'm going to just build. Right now, I'm going to build the saws, actually. Take that. Got them. I'm not going to use these saws, I promise. I've used those saws way too much in my time. I can't do it again. Layering T1. That should be absolutely perfect. And then I can also add something. I can add something probably. Oh, looks great. And then I'll just quickly copy this around and then do the same thing for the little saws, because there's more of those anyway. And then that'll basically be most of the part done. I still have to do a lot, obviously, but, you know, definitely getting there. You know, like we've made some banger progress today. What the heck? I can also make some of the saws anyway float on the 2 float group loops we have. Yeah, that's right. Float group loops. Bada boom, bada bing. Ooh, dude, floating objects like that always look so good. Nice. Good transition too. Feeling all around pretty solid. Still don't know why it's so dark in these parts. Absolutely no clue what's going on there, but it should be fine, right? Like, realistically, we should be alright. Also, just had a freaking gangster idea on how to link some of these saws. Peep this. I'll use these. Dude, I was high-key looking for a reason to use these. So I'm hyped. Put these on group 10 to make them half opacity. All of a sudden, we're looking at a flippin' sick design. D's is a certified hood classic. Just looks nice. I didn't even have to add movements to the squares, and they actually still end up looking pretty good. Maybe I should. I'll tell you what. I'll copy values and then just paste state onto these. That's right. We all make mistakes. Unless you're a gamer. Which clearly, I am not. There we go. Now we got the blocks floating too, which I originally wasn't going to do, but it looks good anyway, so who cares? What is up with the dark, dude? How is it looking like this? Oh, I know what it is. I believe this is what it was before we started, but this should make it so that there's no weird dark overlay. Finally. Okay, I don't know what the frick was up with that, but it's good now. The whole level isn't super dark. Awesome. That was so strange. And then eventually I will fill in this block, but that might be when we do polishing. Alright, I've been recording for an hour and a half straight, so I'm gonna go take a break and eat a pork chop. So, and after the break, I'm gonna add some arrows into this part, jump indicators, the normal space filling items, and then we'll do this part, which should be pretty fun, and it'll round off the video nicely. So, I'll be right back! Yo, what up? I'm back. Just had dinner. I'm ready to finish this up. Yeah. All right. First things first. It's pretty easy. I'm just gonna make these spikes white. Will probably work. I'll use the same spikes I used in the last part, which are these ones because they look awesome. Tell you what, I'll make them float just because I'm lazy and I don't want to make them pulse. Nope, that looks kind of ugly. So I'll just make it pulse, but not right now. What I will do right now is I'll make arrows because, you know, arrows are cool. I'm Big Boombu. I'm not Big Boombu. That is just actually false. Yeah, that fits super well. I love that. Awesome. I was hoping that it would fit, but I was kind of worried because it's the flashing colors are pretty intense, but it ended up working out great. And then finally, for low opacity decorations in general, it's gonna be jump indicators. I'll just do something really basic, like a scaled down arrow, because it works so well every time. Okay, there's one jump in this there's 2 jumps in this entire part. Okay, sick opportunity to make jump indicators. What the heck? Okay, this is starting to, I don't know how that got there, but I can make some of these kind of just float around the part a little bit. Oh, it's just like barely noticeable, but I do think it is noticeable enough to warrant, so I'll put these around in a couple areas. See exactly what it looks like, not necessarily with the buggy editor view. I don't know what the frick went down with that, but it should be alright. Because you can see those rotate, but not those and not those. How in the frick? You know what, it rotates now, so I'm content. Even if that was the most garbage experience I've ever had with anything ever in my life at all. So, I guess the next step is to move on to decorating the next part. Pretty crazy. So, I'm gonna just do, since I know what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make the block design in a bit of a montage. So, yeah, you'll see that when at least the base block design is done, so then I'll copy it around. So, montage, sort of montage, begin. Alright, so I think I figured out this block design. I was originally like experimenting with stuff like this, but what I did, so I took the same inner blocks from here, and technically the same blocks from here, but I made them black blending, right? So they pulse like this now, which I actually think looks really cool. And I'm gonna do that for a lot of the blocks. And then, however, I added, what's it called? 4 invisible blocks in the center, so it should give it a nice shiny core. If all goes well, this part might actually look really sick with the blocks. That would be ideal. I do feel like this looks really nice though. It might be missing something. If I think it's missing something, I could like, you know, I would, okay, hold on. I have a crazy idea. What if I did something like this? I could experiment with some crazy outlines like this, but I don't know if it's really worth it. I'll look at it in save and play mode and see what I think. I don't think I'm gonna like it at all though. Yeah, it's gonna be fine without these things, so awesome. Whew, which means that I can just start work on the other blocks. How gaming. Oh, okay, hold on. What's the flicker group for this? Because I could absolutely do that. 42, what if I added the inside blocks on these to 42? And made them like go, okay, new flipping idea unlocked. Give me a second. Ooh, okay. Not quite, not quite, not quite. How does this look? That looks great! That is basically exactly what I wanted it to look like. Or what I was hoping it would look like anyway. And then also all of these blocks will move, so that's going to be pretty gaming. How's this look? Way better than I thought it would, that's for sure. That looks awesome. And I can do that for so many blocks, oh my lord. Dude, this block design just fallen into place! Let's go! I was expecting it to be way more complicated than this. I've never been this hyped to do a part. Because literally it's just add the block design, and then I'm doing movements, and I'm flipping home free to live the rest of my life on a farm in Oklahoma. That's how big chillin' we are right now. I can also just rotate these freely. I forgot. Dude, this block design has so much flippin' promise, it's actually unreal. Look at this. Dude! This looks so cool! Actually dying.
Audiovisual dies live on recording. Not clickbait.
Working 2021, no virus. I am so flippin' glad that the flicker pulses ended up working on the inside of these blocks. Like, what are the odds of that, bro? Oh my gosh. Also, just had a freaking banger idea. Hear me out. What if, along the path of the player in this part, there's like tiny little objects that, oh my lord, that light up with your path, dude! I haven't done that in a level in a minute, or ever. I actually don't know if I've ever done it before. But it is easy space filler upper. It's gonna be great. Especially if all these blocks are moving around, it's gonna make the part a little bit more readable. Yeah, this is gonna start coming together soon, bro. I am ready. I'm here for it. Alright, let's see how this looks with absolutely no more remaining layout blocks. I'm just gonna play through it and give you my live raw reaction. Please be good. Please be good. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is flipping good. I really like these blocks. Like, I very rarely tap into the design aspect of my style as heavily as I am in this part. And I'm happy about it. And the invisible blocks look flipping great, dude. They look absolute banger. But I'm just gonna make a trail that follows the player. Well, not really. It's just gonna be like, you know, dots that follow the player's path. You'll see in a second. Quick montage of making that go, since, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Alright, I just finished that, and I really like it. It is super simple. May have taken almost, like, what, 30 groups it looks like? 40, 50? Good lord, but you know what? It's all worth it for the swag. Because look at this. Peep this one. No, really. Peep this one. Look at that. That looks awesome. I really like that. It's a little inconsistent, but it should be fine. Like, realistically, who cares? Let's do some air deco. I'm gonna make some different new arrows and orb and portal deco real quick. Yeah, that's actually banger portal deco. What the heck? Is there a oh my lord. There's one portal and one orb in this whole part. I'm kind of stupid, but that's okay. All right, let's get a different arrow design for this part. What can I do? Ooh, I've been meaning to use these objects some more. So what I could do, that was significantly easier than I expected it to be. Yeah, I'll just add this in intermittently. I still can't freaking say that word. I need to look up how to say intermittently, or however the frick it's pronounced.
Intermittently.
Like, I could make all the ones you don't touch just kind of like move onto the screen, and then the ones you do, I could just make float. But I'm not sure. Yeah, because I will at least make them float for sure. That looks just absolutely incredible. Little strange still, but okay, yeah, it's just a little strange actually. I mean, white works. Like, it doesn't look terrible. You know what? I'm a full commit. I'm just gonna make this black blending. Hopefully the dots should make it obvious enough where to go, and it's not completely confusing. Yeah, I definitely prefer that, and I think it's worth it. Oh my lord, it's gonna take forever to get these spikes done though, that's for sure. That looks so good. Absolutely incredible. So, I figured out the movements, which is good. That's going to be applied to basically every single structure with a spike on it, except the ones you step on. So, real quick montage of me applying. I know this episode's been a little bit montage heavy, but hopefully it's not too bad. Very quick montage of me assigning spikes, and then I'll update you, and then I'm gonna add groups. Go. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. It only took like 30 seconds. My hand and arm is killing me. What the heck? It's alright though, because we did actually get all the spikes done. We did not get all the spikes done. yeah, I'm gonna invisible the white spikes, and then I'm just gonna have like kind of swoop in and make all of them move, and at the end of it, it should look really freaking cool if I pull it off right. So you're about to see that. Kablam! Big boombu. And it is done, and I just saw it, and it looks so freaking cool. And I think I'm like a couple steps away from just having an absolute heckin' banger of a part on my hands. Look at this. Look at this. Dude, these movements are out of this world. Oh my gosh, I literally love it so much. I'm so happy with this. It's obviously kind of empty. I'm gonna fill up the top and bottom with a couple different things. Real quick though, I do want to add stuff to the top and bottom, which I have a couple ideas. Some of these, I think these might look really good, but like aligned in a way of a slope. Hold on, let me try something. Look like this, and basically my idea is to align these kind of along the bottom of this whole part, just to kind of fill in space. Don't know if it's gonna look good, might look bad, but I'm gonna try it. So yeah, now we got a nice little glowy square, looking glowy. All right, and then it's as simple as, honestly, that looks so cool! Oh my god, it looks so cool! That just looks, oh my lord, I can't even describe to y'all. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with that. Oh my lord. One of the nicest, I don't know how this idea just randomly came over me, but it did, and I'm so glad it did. Wow. Look at that. That is some of the sickest flippin' filling of space I've ever done in my entire life. I'm so proud of that. What the heck? Look at that. It works so well. If I can pull the rest of the level off, I'm about to be popping off for real. This series is about to actually be good for once instead of bad. Nice, dude. These particles really do look quite nice. I'm still happy with them. So let's look at this in normal mode. Look at this. Dude. Wow. I made this. I made this, and it doesn't look absolutely abysmal. Alright, well, I guess I do technically have one more thing to do, which is finishing out these tiny blocks. And there we go. Here's I got the final blocks done, meaning that this part is actually finished now. And rock group, and there we go. Well, you're about to see the results of day 4 of Build 8 Days on slowing down. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm so happy with this. Like, really, I am just so happy with this. Here it is. This is the result of all of today's work. And tomorrow, episode 5, we'll do this and probably the beginning of the drop, since the ship part's pretty easy. Yeah, that's going to be very, very exciting. Oh, but wow, I cannot believe how much I got done today. And I actually got stuff done that looked good. But yeah, shoot, with those 2 parts being done, and I'm feeling pretty good about them, to put it that way. Thank you for watching episode 4 of Slowing Down Build 8 Days. You already know what we got done, bro. I'm so happy with it. It's actually unreal. Tune in tomorrow for episode 5, where we go over the first part of the drop and the ship part, which hopefully will go as smoothly as this one did. So, yeah, with that being said, see you!